Imagine this, the United Center is packed. The crowd is on their feet. The air is electric. And there, standing at center court, wearing the iconic red and black of the Chicago Bulls, is Kevin Durant. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you it might not be as far-fetched as you think? Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in NBA history, is reportedly eyeing a move to the Windy City. That's right, the Slim Reaper could be bringing his talents to the house that Jordan built. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. Today we're diving deep into the latest rumors swirling around the league, and this one's a doozy. Kevin Durant to the Chicago Bulls? You heard that right, folks. The Slim Reaper himself is reportedly eyeing a move to the Windy City. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's break down this bombshell piece by piece. The rumor mill. So, where did this wild speculation come from? Well, according to our sources close to the Phoenix Suns organization, KD has been expressing frustration with the team's recent playoff performance. Despite their star-studded lineup featuring Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, the Suns fell short of expectations, getting bounced in the second round of the playoffs. Now, we all know Durant isn't one to shy away from making big moves. Remember his shocking decision to join the Warriors back in 2016? Or his more recent trade to the Suns? The man is always looking for the next challenge, the next opportunity to cement his legacy as one of the greatest to ever do it. Enter the Chicago Bulls. Why Chicago? Now, you might be thinking, Alex, why on earth would KD want to go to Chicago? The Bulls haven't been real contenders since the Jordan era. And you'd have a point. But let's consider a few factors that might make this move more appealing than it seems at first glance. Legacy. Chicago is a basketball city with a rich history. The chance to bring a championship back to the house that Jordan built? That's the kind of challenge that could appeal to a player of Durant's caliber. Supporting cast. While the Bulls have struggled in recent years, they're not without talent. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic form a solid core that could complement KD's game nicely. Eastern Conference, let's face it, the path to the finals is generally considered easier in the East. With teams like the Celtics and Bucks as the main obstacles, KD might see an opportunity to make some serious noise. Market size. Chicago is the third largest media market in the U.S. For a player like Durant, who's always been savvy about his brand, this could be a major draw. Unfinished business. KD's time with the Nets didn't end the way he hoped. A move to another historic Eastern Conference franchise could be his way of proving he can lead a team to the promised land in the East. The Bulls' perspective. Now, let's flip the script for a moment and look at this from the Bulls' point of view. If these rumors have any substance, how would Chicago feel about bringing in a player of Durant's caliber? In short, they'd be ecstatic. The Bulls have been stuck in basketball purgatory for years now. Too good to tank, not good enough to contend. Adding a player like KD to the mix would instantly vault them into the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference. But it's not just about on-court performance. The marketing potential of having Kevin Durant in a Bulls jersey is off the charts. We're talking jersey sales, ticket sales, national TV games, the works. From a business standpoint, this move would be an absolute slam dunk for the Bulls organization. The logistics. All right, now that we've covered the why, let's talk about the how. Because as we all know, in the NBA, it's not just about desire, it's about making the numbers work. Kevin Durant is currently under contract with the Suns through the 2025-26 season, with a player option for 2026-27. He's set to make a whopping $46.7 million next season. For the Bulls to acquire KD, they'd need to send back a package that matches salary and satisfies the Suns' asking price. So, what might that package look like? Let's speculate. Zach LaVine, his max contract would go a long way toward matching Durant's salary. Patrick Williams, a young, promising forward with potential to develop. Multiple first-round draft picks, the Suns would likely demand significant draft compensation. Is it a steep price? Absolutely. But we're talking about Kevin Durant here. You don't get a player of his caliber without giving up some serious assets. League-wide implications. Now, let's zoom out for a moment and consider how a move like this would shake up the NBA landscape. In the East, you'd suddenly have a Bulls team that could go toe-to-toe with the likes of Boston, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia. The balance of power would shift dramatically, and we could see a renaissance of those classic Bulls-Knicks rivalries from the 90s. Over in the West, the Suns would take a major step back. Sure, they'd still have Booker and Beal, but losing KD would be a massive blow. We could see teams like the Nuggets, Lakers, and Warriors licking their chops at the prospect of a weakened Suns squad. And let's not forget about the ripple effects. If KD goes to Chicago, does that prompt other stars to consider changing teams? Could we see a domino effect of player movement across the league? The Durant factor. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate just how special Kevin Durant is as a player. We're talking about a two-time NBA champion, a former MVP, a 13-time All-Star, and one of the most lethal scorers the game has ever seen. At 35 years old, KD is still playing at an elite level. This past season, he averaged 27.1 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 5.0 assists per game while shooting an incredible 52% from the field and 40% from three-point range. Adding a player of Durant's caliber doesn't just improve a team, it transforms them. His mere presence on the court warps defenses, creates opportunities for teammates, and elevates everyone around him. If these rumors turn out to be true, and KD does end up in Chicago, we could be looking at the birth of a new NBA powerhouse. What's next? So, where do we go from here? Well, as with all rumors, we'll have to wait and see how things play out. The offseason is young, and a lot can change between now and the start of free agency. Will Kevin Durant actually push for a move to Chicago? Will the Suns be willing to part ways with their superstar forward? Can the Bulls put together a package enticing enough to land KD? These are all questions that will keep NBA fans on the edge of their seats in the coming weeks and months. One thing's for sure, if there's even a kernel of truth to these rumors, we're in for one heck of an offseason. And there you have it, folks, the full breakdown of the Kevin Durant to Chicago rumors. From the potential motivations behind the move to the league-wide implications, we've covered all the angles. What do you think? Is there any substance to these rumors? Would KD be a good fit in Chicago? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Hoops Central for all the latest NBA news, rumors, and analysis. We've got new videos dropping every day, so you won't want to miss out. Until next time, keep balling.